It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Life is such a frail force, while death is infinitely more powerful. Some would hope it's the other way around. To watch our world fade away, like a small fly being swatted on the wall. Just like that, someone can die. No one is above death, just as no one is below life. I've had enough of his cryptic speeches. I deserve some answers, and I make that very clear. Thankfully, I'm able to move and speak again. You want answers? What is an answer exactly? A doorway to more questions, perhaps. Now he's just getting pretentious. But I sense some nervousness. Is he worried about something? It's like he's trying to stall. Well, I did promise you answers, but I cannot suspend this place for long. Please come with me to the Ark. Suspend? You'll have to grab my hand. A connection is required to do this. What about the first time? I spent a moment thinking before acting. Come now, grab my hand. If this suspension ends, you'll be trapped. You wouldn't want to know what happens then. Fucking grab his hand. I reach out and grab his hand. I had no idea what he was planning, but I trusted him. Especially if he was going to give me some answers. I couldn't disobey him on the verge of the truth. And to give me a power like he implied he did, he had to trust me as well. This might hurt a little bit. He smirked at me as he snapped his fingers, this time using his free hand. And then we're in the Ark, just like that. First and foremost, allow me to apologize. I feel as though you may be overwhelmed. It's not like me to take things so fast, but recently matters have become urgent. Furthermore, I will give you answers. I feel like you deserve that much. You were thrust into unusual circumstances. And so I welcome you once more to the Ark. A place where you can relax and ponder. A place where you can collect yourself. Only a select few are allowed entry here. Well, I was gonna use some chapstick, but I don't know where my chapstick went. I'm just gonna have to take a drink. Just to wet my lips. I think I ripped my lip. Or as people, normal people would say, they split their lip. Okay. Those that I trust with my life. But not only that, with the lives of many. Ah! My mic! No! Damn it! I keep hitting it. And you are the first in a very long time. So you are free to relax. No danger will befall you here. Not as long as you are by my side. Ouch. He inches closer to me, as if my safety increases with his proximity. So about these answers you requested. I'm willing to provide you with them, but I'll only answer one question. There are more important matters at hand. I would like it if you thought carefully. I will not be vague or hide the truth. So make sure you ask what you truly want. You deserve it after what you've experienced. But there are far larger issues at hand. I fear the death of Clace is unimportant. Unimportant? Well, that's an insult for sure. Especially when someone just lost their life. But it's probably unwise to vocalize. But it's probably unwise to vocally contest to him. Instead, I stop and think of what I should ask. But only one question. That's hardly fair. There was a veritable, whatever the fuck that word is, I don't know what that word is, mountain of them in my mind. Everything about today was an enigma, and much of it fell into the realm of the supernatural. He can't expect me to find closure from one question, unless that was the point. The ability to bend reality to my will. He's testing me. There had to be a way to get all of the answers, and still adhere to his rule of one question. If this power was true, I could easily accomplish that. Ow, my fucking back. What should I ask him? Okay, so last time I asked what are the Midnight Deaths, and I feel like he lied to me, but I already know that, so I may as well choose a different one. You know what? I feel like this is pointless because I feel like he's going to try and dodge or deflect. But last time he was hoping that I would ask something like this, so I may as well. I decided to ask him about what the Ark is. I mean, that's the first thing that came to mind. Not really. There has to be some sort of explanation. Anything to make this place less weird. Interesting choice. Though I'm not sure what to say. Hard to explain in a way you'd understand. I don't mean to belittle your intelligence. It would be a very foreign concept. He takes a few moments to think. Is it really that hard to explain? I look around once more and decide that it probably is. I appear to be frozen in space. Yet I can't move. Yet I can move. Not only that, but I can speak and hear as well. With everything I've been taught, that's impossible. There's more to Earth than you realize. Or the rest of the planets, for that matter. Your current understanding is limited. You think a physical spot is absolute. No two things can exist in the same spot. But this is not the case at all. Many things exist in the same spot as Earth. Right there, existing alongside you, but at the same time impossible to touch. There are many worlds that share this space. In fact, there are an infinite number, each inhabiting its own astral plane. Some of these planes are even empty, but many are home to wonderful worlds. The Ark is simply one of these places. Every plane has its own laws. They all work in different ways. Their flow of time is even different. The Ark exists in a very special plane. Normally space is void of nothingness. But here we can navigate it and speak. It's quite simple, really. Simple, huh? But the Ark is special for another reason. The flow of time here is almost non-existent. Time moves rather fast on Earth. To come to a place like this, well, you'd be near immortal. That is why I've made the Ark my home. I have all the time in the world here. I'd be able to achieve all of my goals. That, and I'm kind of bound here. But that does not touch on your question. I am afraid that is all we have. I'm afraid that is all the time I have. I hope you are satisfied with my answer. Truthfully, it was all a little bit much to take in. Now this makes more sense. The answer he gave, it would be a bit much to take in. Because to be quite honest, he's dealing with the concept of the multiverse here. Though not specifically saying it, because he's not specifically explaining that, but it kind of sounds like it. But in spite of recent events, I feel relaxed. It was nice to get the honest truth. Well, I still feel like he didn't tell us the truth. I mean, I feel like there's still a lot more going on. Before now, he was vague and dodgy. Yeah, he was. But this time he was just giving a flat-out answer, and I don't know if I trust it, but hey, it's definitely a step forward from just being all kinds of cryptic. Now that I've answered your question, we must discuss the real issue here. The reason I brought you to the Ark. It's quite simple, really. Another world wants to take you, by means of an ominous ritual. They've been trying to summon you for days. I think they can sense the power I gave you. I've been able to intercept them for now, however. That's why you've been brought to the Ark. I shifted your trajectory and took you here. That says take, but it should say took. This is so I can try and learn their intent. We wouldn't want your power to be abused. I've even sent them random Earthlings. It takes a lot of power bringing you here. I need to foil them with other methods. I didn't want them to take you. At least not until I knew why. Does this make sense to you at all? Barely. If you and the power were to be abused, It could throw the universe into disarray. I don't want that to happen again. Last time it happened should be the last. That makes more sense. He takes a look at his surroundings. I see a hint of regret and remorse on his face. Jade would be in heaven right now at all this stuff. But the more I interrupt their ritual, the more I realize I'll never know. I can't figure out why they want you. So this time, I'll let them succeed. I want to keep you on Earth. For observation purposes, of course. But now that will not be possible. Many worlds are going to want you. Your power can save or destroy them. You'll be caught in many affairs. We must hope they seek your power for good. Many would use it to nefarious ends. Perhaps after helping this world, we can do good for others as well. Wait, you're sending me to another world? Just like that? That's not right. Am I even able to survive on another planet? His explanation only puts more questions in my head. Do not worry. I'll still watch over you. If anything traumatic happens, just relax. I'll bring you back in the face of danger. Remember that you are cared for. I will not let any harm befall you. I consider you a ray of hope, my agent of fate. Without another word, he snaps his finger loudly. And I feel a rush of inertia. Whatever the hell that means. This isn't right. Nothing about this is right. I'm finally pushed over the edge and start to panic. Clace was dead. I was cursed with a power I didn't ask for. A power that could either save or destroy worlds. This was... Before I could continue, my entire body feels pain. Like the first time I was here, on a much larger scale. I try to focus on my breathing, but even that causes me more pain than I can handle. It feels like a paper cut, but on every fiber of my being. I'm getting torn apart at a level less than molecular. But then, shortly after, I feel nothing. And I find myself in a forest. I'm quickly thrown against a nearby tree. Like I was traveling incredibly fast. I land on the ground and grip my head in pain. The pain radiates harshly with my heartbeat, which, to say the least, was incredibly fast. I lost track of time, but eventually it subsided. As I'm lucid again, I quickly examine my surroundings. It feels like everything is moving faster than normal. Excuse me. The swaying leaves look as if they're in a hurricane. But my perception of time quickly returns to normal. That was odd. It's like when you look at a clock. Sometimes the second hand moves faster for a moment. I take a few steps around, but can't quite find my balance. I quickly stumble over and brace myself into a tree. What's going on? Feels like I'm drugged. I fall to my knees, embracing the tree. Otherwise, I'd be eating a face full of grass. I start to wonder just where I've ended up. But I can only think of where I'm not. Something tells me I'm a long way from home. An anxiety of the fact completely overpowers me. Any semblance of curiosity I had was utterly destroyed. I sulk in some sort of otherworldly homesickness. Here I am, stuck on the soil of a foreign planet. He said I'd be brought back in the event of trauma. Was this experience not traumatic enough? What if something traumatic doesn't happen? Will I ever see Earth again? Will I ever experience the aftermath of Clace's death? Those weren't the types of things I wanted to see, but it was definitely my right to see them. I feel like this arc has robbed me blind of my future. What if I didn't want this power? I guess I don't even have a say in the matter. I'm simply forced to help against all of my wishes. What else would I be forced to do? Will I ever be myself again? We'll get back to where you came from. Huh? I know what it's like to be far from home. And this may be the furthest you'll ever be. But you'll get back. I know it. He kneels down beside me and wraps an arm around me. He rests a hand under my arm and lifts me up slowly. It's very easy to lose your way, especially when others want to use you. They put their own path before your own. He holds me up and I limp again alongside him. Who is he? Is this the guy that was conducting the ritual? If so, I don't sense any nefarious intent. He seems very wise. He's put me at ease. Alright. Turn it down. All right. Just like the man on the ark. I feel my desperation brought you here. Perhaps some of that despair assaulted you. If that is so, then I apologize. Your burdens should be yours alone to carry. The journey to bring you to Terra, it was not an easy one to accomplish. It was filled with failure and compromise. Terra? Is that where I am? Conrad, it worked. Is that so? How can you tell? It's not like we had an artist's depiction. I know this is the one. And how do you know that, Endymion? I can feel it. Just trust me. All right, I'll play along. King Velasquez will be very pleased. I feel like I'm finally able to stand on my own. I gently push aside this Endymion in a polite manner. I explain my situation. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know who they are or who this king is. Very well. You deserve an explanation. At least the best I am able to provide. This is Terra. It's a peaceful world. In fact, we haven't had a war for centuries. This is thanks to the Immortal King. He's ensured that Terra is a utopia. But unfortunately, that attracts people. There's so many that want to come here. We're victims of our own kindness and charity. Back up a second. Immortal King? Yeah, he got lucky. Managed to find a world that suits him. It's a complicated thing, the flow of time. Immortality isn't something I'd want, but I guess it works for him. He's able to get a lot of stuff done. Every world experiences time differently. Many worlds are in sync or very close. But if you find that one specific world, the one where time differs vastly, well, let's put it this way. You might be lucky enough to live forever, or you'd shrivel and die of old age. Our King Velasquez, he found Terra, a world where time flows very slowly to him. This is why he's been able to live for so long. I think Endy's trying to say, it's a good thing you're not dead right now. Our world must flow fairly similar to Terra, your world. But I guess it's a trade-off. Some people might enjoy a shorter life, especially on Terra where it's safe. It's true. A day of happiness could be desirable over a life of war on another world, I mean. World travel is very risky in that regard. Fortunately for you, you're safe. Along with those that came instead of you. Instead of me? We were already told this, dude. Good lord. We tried to bring you here many times. We also failed to bring you here many times. Meaning we brought over the wrong person. You had to continue trying, though. Velasquez was very eager to get you here. Made sure we did the ritual every day. But not just every day. We had to do it at the same time as well. Same time every day, huh? That sounds familiar. Don't worry. The others are safe. We give them to one of the local lords. He helped them immigrate to Terra properly. Well, let's not jump to conclusions. That lord is known as Lord Player. He has an open hatred for immigrants. So we can't really speak of their safety. He could have killed them for all we know. Conrad, don't be so daft. Either way, Lord Player has the others. He's running for mayor and winning. And mayor's the step below king. So Velasquez, now sees him as a valid threat. I guess that's where we come in. We're a part of why Terra is so peaceful. We're a private unit funded by Velasquez. We do the things he can't publicly do. Well, I guess you'd call it dirty work. Though no one's supposed to know that. You shouldn't speak so openly, Conrad. It seems that he's annoyed. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah. Whatever. We're the Assassin's Guild. We have 2 members, student and teacher. I'm the student, of course. Velasquez wants us to ruin Claire. We're supposed to destroy his campaign. Terra isn't ready for a new ruler just yet. They'd throw the world into disarray. But Claire's getting close to the throne. Especially among those who hate immigrants. Action needs to be taken so he doesn't win. Wait, back up a second. Elections? Immigration? Smear campaigns? Am I sure I'm not on Earth right now? And suddenly I don't think I can trust these two. At least not fully. They seem like bad guys. Either way, I've heard enough about politics for now. I had a huge list of questions that needed answering. For example, why I was brought here. Oh, you still have questions? And we still have a long way to go. Seems like these benefit one another. Follow us, we'll explain on the way. If the walking is too much, let me know. We can always stop to rest if you need it. Hey, baby. Let me quickly get a screenshot. Click. Okay, so I've checked how long I've been recording, and I've been here for an hour, and that's quite a long time. So, I don't know when I'll be recording another episode of this. Honestly, I never know. It's just whenever I want to, I just record, and whenever my body's up for it as well, because really my body wasn't fully up for this, but I forced it to, and right around the end, I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was before. My throat actually hurts a lot less than before. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say. There was a lot just happened in the span of literally an hour of gameplay. And, yeah. Here, let me save. This. I don't care about making multiple save files. As far as I'm aware, this game only has a few, it only has 2 endings, and how you can unlock the true ending, as you can clearly see. Let it load up. Okay, so still 1 point. Now, these 2 now actually make sense. Him not so much, but these 2 guys are here. True ending flags. I have 1, and if you get a certain number of true ending flags, you have enough power to get the good ending, the true ending, how it's supposed to end. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna make the right choices. A few of them I had to make randomly, and I don't know what the right choices are for the true ending flags. So far, I only have one. And I think I could have gotten another one, like, at the beginning of the game, at one of my very first choices. I think it was whether or not to go to a maid cafe or not, but I don't know. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. I don't care. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!